So Gina, playoff time. Obviously, we want to go up, but if we don't, am I going to get sacked?
No, you won't. You've exceeded expectations.
Okay, that's good to know. Good to know that they're not going to sack me. Basically, I've done better than what I thought they were going to do this season, so I should still have a job, which is great. I just don't want to let people down. I don't want to let the board down. I want people to be proud of me, and I feel like if we don't win, people won't be proud.
We're all proud of you, Tom.
That's very kind of you to say, Gina. It's very kind of you, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. Andre, the only person I'm really bothered about being proud of me is Andre. Andre, if we don't win the playoffs, will you still be proud of me? Andre, I think you're on mute. Please be on mute. Andre, I just need to know you're going to be proud of me. Andre! Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Today is the big one. The playoffs. Oh, I can't believe... I hate this so much. I hate playoffs in Football Manager because I get so stressed. It's all or nothing. It's promotion or the same as what we had this season. I don't know what to do. So, of course, since you were last here, nothing's happened. Last time you were here, you saw us secure ourselves in the playoffs. We managed to beat MK Dons, but they won their final game of the season, which made sure they got automatic promotion. We drew anyway, so even if they didn't win their game, we still would have come third. But I must say, I feel a little bit aggrieved by, not getting automatic promotion. I think we've had a fantastic season. I mean, if we just look at the league table, if we go back to last season... Actually, 92 points that we scored this season still wouldn't have been enough to get promoted last season. And the season before, season 1 would have won the title by a country mile, or 4 points at least. But this season, 92 points, not enough for automatic promotion. In the playoffs, we're taking on Wayne Rooney's Derby County, as you can see, who finished a long way off our points total, are not in great form. But I can just see it happening. They sneak into the playoffs on the last day of the season. They'll go on to win it now, won't they? And just to double check this, I mean, do I want to do this? Past positions. Oh, God, it's awful. Actually, no, it's not. It's not as bad as I thought it was. We actually have been third in the table since match 24, so we've actually spent more time out of the automatic promotion places than in them. I thought we'd spent a lot more time on top of the table. I thought we'd been top for a lot longer than this. But actually, maybe this actually does justify a third place instead. We've been third most of the season. MK Dons have been in the top two, probably a little bit more than us. Ipswich have been, top for a long, long time. Had a slow start to the season and then eventually got themselves up top and won with 103 points. So they've been phenomenal in the second half of the season. Was it Crewe who were top for a while? No, Crewe have been solidly a playoff team. Charlton, who was top for the first few weeks of the season then? Not Derby. Derby really snuck into the playoffs towards the end of the season. Rotherham, they had an average season. Sunderland were terrible. Lincoln were terrible towards the end. Millwall had a huge drop-off then. If I get rid of all these other colours now, you can see that Millwall, for the first, 15 game weeks or so, were the team to be. And then after November, December time, dropped off a cliff. Okay, so that's actually better than I thought. I thought we were going to see a table where we were in the automatic places all season, dropped out towards the end. But actually third is probably where we should have come this season based on that. So we can't be too harsh on ourselves. Anyway, if you think we're going to get past Derby County and then win the playoff final, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Of course, if you don't think we're going to win, please drop a like as well, please. I'm going to need that emotional support for when we don't get promoted. But also, if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Also, big episode today, so if you are going to leave a comment down below with congratulations or commiserations, put spoiler, then press enter a few times so then people can't see the comments and then ruin the episode for them, because that was just a nice thing to do. So let's dive straight into things, and I have made a big call today. Chris Johns in goal with the usual backline of Lennon, Oliver Street and Aaron Hayden. Medford Smith at left back, but back from his 4-month injury is Bryce Hosanna, just in time for the playoffs. Should he play today's game? Probably not. But I'm going to play him there because he is our best wing-back. Finn Stevens done a great job, but Bryce Hosanna's my boy. I've got to back him. I've got to play him. So he's going to start today's game at least with Jim McBangold and James Jones in the centre of midfield. Carney, who's had a pretty decent time at the club since joining in January to replace Brandon Cover, is in behind Alexander and Paul Mullen, who's got 32 goals to his name this season, currently and still the top goal scorer in the league. So, this is it. Playoff semi-final, leg 1, the away leg to Derby County. So really, this is going to be a difficult game for us. Of course, we have played Derby in episodes plenty of times over the past couple of seasons. 3 times last season in various different cup competitions we played Derby County. Won once, lost twice. This season, I think we drew against them both times in the league, I think, if I remember correctly. So, on the balance of things, Derby have a better record against us. But Paul Mullen's free kick almost finding itself in the top corner. A great start to the game for us there with a nice chance. We do get a corner which James Jones can swing towards the near post. I do need to find a new corner tactic, I think, because obviously near post corners have been ruined a little bit. So I'm going to have to do some experimenting over pre-season to find out what works. But of course, this is going to have a huge implication for our transfer special coming out on Monday. It will come out the transfer special as we've been very lucky not to concede there. If we get promoted, that is going to require tons of players coming into the club just to try and make us slightly competitive for the Championship. We have League One quality players right now. This is why we've done so well this season, but the Championship's a different beast. If we don't get promoted, then not quite as much recruitment is going to be needed as Paul Mullen puts us in front in this game. You love to see it. Absolutely sublime stuff from him there. Great pass from Carney as well to just find him in space, in behind the defence, and to slot that in at the near post there. Look at this pass, by the way. Absolutely beautifully weighted. And that's a great goal from Paul Mullen. Okay. 1-0 up against Derby County in the playoff semi-final. First leg, of course, as well. First leg, that's important to remember as well. There's a whole other leg of this to come. So the whole game could still change, but right now it's advantage to the red as Lennon into McBangold, into James Jones, back to Jim McBangold, into Carney, into Alexander. Another great ball through to Mullen. Oh, he's put that one over the bar. That looked harder to miss than it was to score, or at least get on target. Paul, come on. As half-time approaches, though, we are in the ascendancy. 1 goal up, but it's very, very tight in the match stats. 7 shots to us, 5 shots to them. XG very, very tight. Okay. Thrash the arms, not good enough. And everyone seems motivated by that, which is always a good thing. You want motivated players, although Aaron Hayden looked a little bit demotivated by it. But there was a highlight straight from kickoff. And if Derby can come out of the traps pretty quickly in the second half, this could be fatal for us. Medford Smith, a great challenge there, though. Clears the ball up to Derby players who can come straight back at us through the midfield, though. Although we are forcing them back into their half. Good pressing there from our strikers. I think it's Mullen there with the pressure on the right-hand side of the 2 strikers. But they do get the ball out wide to come down the left-hand side of the Derby attack, I should say. I speaking a bit too quickly there and lost my train of words. Either way, luckily, nothing's come of that one. But James Jones, potential foot injury, wants to come off because it's a bruised ankle or something. Okay. Let's not risk any injury. Let's bring Jem Finley on in the centre of midfield. In fact, 60 minutes on the clock. Bryce Hosanna, obviously his first game back, having a poor one on a 6-3. Finn Stevens on you come. Let's make that change. Finn Stevens is a player that I do want to sign for next season. He has a contract expiring at Brentford. And with English clubs, you can put a contract offer in for them, if you're an English club, 1 month before their contract ends. If you're a club from another country outside the UK, you can go 6 months from the start of January. And annoyingly, Toronto have offered him the contract already, and he's accepted a contract at Toronto. So Finn Stevens was my main target, being the only player that I know I want to sign right now, has already gone to Toronto. So we're not going to get Finn Stevens next season. So that's kind of why I wanted to play Bryce Hosanna today instead. But with 10 minutes to go, who's marking Lockyer? No one. Luckily, we've managed to clear his ball for now, though, as Derby County still on the attack. Can they get across in the middle? They do. Great clearance from Jem Finley there. Right place, right time to get it all the way into Derby's half. Relieve some pressure from us as Derby look to come forward. Gordon on the ball to put one in the middle. Cleared once again by Lennon. Great defensive work from us right now. But again, Derby coming back at us. And this highlight is a long one. And the fact it's a long one makes me think there's going to be a goal at the end of it. As that's another good block from us, but still only as far as Derby County players get the ball out wide to Tomlin, into the middle once again, to the far post, off the crossbar. We've been very lucky here. Now, can we go on a counter-attack ourselves? The Paul Mullen gets tackled, ball goes off for a throw, and that should be the end of the highlight. This game has been very, very tight, and Derby actually have a better XG than we do right now. They're going to feel very aggrieved if they don't get a goal in this game at 10 shots apiece. But with 4 minutes to go, Derby, you could argue, have been the slightly better of the two teams today, but it's advantage Wrexham going into this second leg. We've got the 1-0 win. That's a huge result. Huge result. Now, do away goals count? This is something I don't quite know. Rules for the playoffs, please. Playoff semi-finals. Away goals. Second leg. It says extra time if the scores are level, so no away goals. In the other game, Crewe have beaten Charlton 2-1. Okay. Again, away from home Crewe. Did Crewe finish 4th in the end this season? If we look at the league table, Crewe finished 4th, yes, so they have been better than Charlton. And also, some big news, our under-18s have won the Youth Alliance League Northwest. Congratulations, they've beaten Preston, Bolton, Carlisle, Crewe, Tranmere, Rochdale, all these teams on goal difference. Look at that. Gosh, that's tight there, with 51 points ahead of Preston's 51 points, but just 1 goal in it. Bolton on 50 points too, Carlisle on 49. That's a very... this is such a tight league. Oh my gosh. Either way, we've won it, which is fantastic, with Bobo Baldy doing very well with 4 goals. We've got Cooper J. Standerwick with 8 assists. Tyson Allen with 10 goals. You love to see it. Plenty of talent coming through our ranks at the moment. It's really exciting to have all these good players come through. Before I forget as well, we've got 2 days until the next game. It might have been 3 actually. I think we've gone a day further into the future. But we do need to just make sure we go to training, rest 1 day. Just at least to get some fitness back. Hang on. Buxton want to loan one of my players, Gary Richards, till the end of the season. How many games do Buxton still have to play this season? None. They've literally played every game. Is that not for next season then? Gary's dubious to talk to Buxton anyway. I would be too. You're not going to play any games. I don't understand it. Reject it. That's so weird. Unless, of course, Buxton is... Is Buxton Derbyshire? It is. It's actually in Derbyshire. I thought it was. I've Googled it. Well, obviously then, that's Wayne Rooney trying to have some sort of like weird psychological effect on the team, try and get some teams from nearby to try and loan our players to unsettle them. I mean, he's got the wrong end of the stick with our under-18 players, but still, dirty tactics. Anyway, second leg's here. Second leg is here. Wrexham 1, Derby County 0. We've got the home leg now, and for me, I don't think we need to change anything. We leave it as it is. We've got a few fitness warnings for like Lennon, Bryce, Hosanna, James. In fact, I might take Hosanna off for this game, bring Finn Stevens on. But other than that, no changes. Okay, right. Second leg. We're at home. 1-0 advantage. All we have to do is just stop Derby from scoring. That's all we have to do to get to the playoff final. Is Finn Stevens on the ball, back to James Jones, into the middle. Oh, that was so close. That was so close to going in the back of a net. I think Mullen very unlucky not to score there as Carney now finds George Alexander, finds Mullen. Mullen shoots. Mullen scores. You love to see it. It's going to be 2-0 to Wrexham on aggregate. Derby County, get in the mud. Wayne Rooney, get in the mud. Buxton, get in the mud. Oh, great start to the game. You could not ask for a better start to this game as Carney finds Alexander, finds Mullen. Goal. Oh, in off the post. Beautiful. Paul Mullen is the man. I love him. He did sign his new contract earlier on this season, by the way. I know we saw on an episode that Harry Lennon did sign a new contract. Mullen did as well, so he's also here for a bit longer too, which is fantastic. So did James Jones as well. I believe he signed one on an episode. Did he? I feel like we've got all 3 of them for a little while longer at least, which is very good because they're probably our 3 best players. I mean, I think Harry Lennon has got the highest average rating in League 1 this season. To complement his highest average rating in League 2 and the National League as well. He is phenomenal. Although I think a lot of that rating comes from the goals he scored from corners, so going forward he might not be quite so good. Anyway, at half-time, we are in the ascendancy. Quite a tight cagey game, 5 shots to 3 shots. Not a lot going on, but that's good for us. If we can just limit Derby, it's perfect for us, right? Absolutely perfect. They've got to score 2 goals to take it to extra time. They've got to score 3 goals to win the game. And I'll be honest, I won't say anything. I won't say anything. I won't say anything. Oh, no. Why did I even begin to say something? To be fair, it is a very good finish, I must say. Who's that missing the header? Was that James Jones missing the header to put Ndiaye through? And he can chip Chris Johns there. Really good finish there, I must say. We need to be vigilant. We need to be vigilant because if you remember back to the very start of last season when we played Derby County in the League Cup, half-time, 3-0 up. Full-time, 4-3 down. Luckily for us, Carney has just got himself a goal, assisted by Finn Stevens there. Back ahead by 2 goals on aggregate. Again, Derby have now got to score another 2 goals to get themselves back in this game for at least extra time. We're doing everything we can right now. Everything we can. And to be fair, Stevens very lucky to get the assist there because Walton did just push it into the path of Carney. So a big mistake there actually from the Derby County keeper. Should have caught it, instead just gifts Carney a goal. Corner though for Derby. And that's been put over the bar. Okay, we've been lucky there as well. Again, there are a few players like James Jones who are looking a little bit tired with 20 minutes or so to go. I think we might take him off in a second. Annoyingly, that's such a good goal. That is such a good goal. Can I take James Jones off? I don't know. I'm panicking a little bit here. I mean, what was Chris Johns doing? That's abysmal from him, but we had an issue at the other end of the pitch as well with their keeper, so I guess that levels things up in terms of keeper mistakes. 15 or so minutes to go. James Jones wants to come off. Let's bring him off then. Jem Finley had a good game when he came on last time. Medford Smith for Harry Boys as well. He's had a terrible game, really. And Mullen, not been a great one, but we've got to leave him on. He's got his goal and yet still on a 6-8, so he must have done something wrong in this game, but we'll make those 2 changes. I don't want to tweak things too much because for the most part it is working quite well. We just need to hold on for another 5 minutes or so in this game. I think the defensive changes and midfield changes we've made have worked pretty well. The clock is ticking down. It's been... Oh... At least that was an attempt for us. At least that was for us. It wasn't for Derby County. I was about to scream then if that had gone for Derby County, but we've done it. We've got past them. Oh, playoff final, here we come. Playoff final, here we come. We've dispatched of Derby County. Fantastic stuff there. We did the job in the first leg. And Crewe end up winning 5-4 on aggregate against Charlton, scoring a 90th minute goal there to level things up to go through on aggregate. So Charlton knocked out. It's Crewe who are playing in the League One playoff final. How have our past meetings with Crewe gone? Not very well. We beat them in the EFL Trophy a couple of years ago. But I mean, it's EFL Trophy, so you can't really talk about that too much. They beat us in the FA Cup first round a few years ago as well when we were in a National League. But they beat us 6-2 and drew 1-1 with us. So really, it's our time to win. You know, logic would dictate they've won 1, we've drawn 1, now it's time for us to win 1. And this time, Chippenham Town are making a loan bid for Cooper J. Standerwick. But again, they've even played the playoff final or semi-final, but they lost. Why do they need him? They can't be making loans for next season already, surely. I know, they can't be. I don't believe it. So again, I'm going to reject it, but where are Chippenham Town? I'm going to Google this. If Chippenham is near, it's in Wiltshire. I don't actually know where Crewe is. Is Crewe near Manchester? Maps. I feel like Wiltshire's not near Manchester though. No, Wiltshire is like proper down south. Unless Crewe's down south. I know Crewe is kind of near Manchester, actually close to Stoke. Actually, not a million miles from Wrexham, to be fair. At least with this situation, we know that Chippenham are not working on behalf of Crewe and trying to recruit our players. Oh, big game. Big game. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to do. Hold a team meeting. No. I can't do a team meeting. I can't. I always mess them up. It always goes wrong. I'm not trusting myself with it. But What if... What if they're now upset with me for not doing a team meeting? I can't think like that. I can't think like that at all. We just have to... We just have to do what we have to do. And I'm going to leave Finn Stevens on for this game. He played very well in that previous game. So I'm going to leave the team exactly as it was, actually. Exactly as it was. They're doing well. So... Oh, I hate this. I feel a bit sick. I actually feel a bit sick, and it's stupid. It's a video game, Tom. It's a video game. Why are you so upset about this? Thrash the arms. Show everyone they've been right to back you up, whatever it said. I didn't read it. Crewe, we've got Ben Knight, a former love of ours from the Aberdeen save. But we've got these lads. I don't know what to think. I don't know what I was going to say there. I don't know what to think. I hate this. Oh, first highlight of the game, 6 minutes in. Oliver Street, Aaron Hayden. Hayden out wide to Stevens, got acres of space to do something with it as he plays the ball forward to Mullin. Brilliant. Mullin into James Jones, nearly through to Alexander. Crewe pick it up at the back, and now they can come straight back towards us. Dale under pressure there from our centre mids. Luckily for us, they've been forced backwards, but the ball over the top. Lennon intercepts nicely, and now a ball through to Mullin over the top. Oh, just puts it over the bar. A fantastic start to the game for us had that gone in the back of the net. But the match stats are looking very much in our favour so far. 3 shots to Crewe's 1, 4 shots to Crewe's 1 now. That makes me feel pretty good. Wait for the FMing though. Wait for the FMing. James Jones into the middle. Hayden can't win it. Cleared only as far as Oliver Street. Into James Jones. Back to Aaron Hayden. Into James Jones. Into Mullin, who I think was offside. And actually the linesman... flagged for a goal kick, actually. It wasn't offside then. It wasn't offside at all. Very unlucky. But look at how dominating we've been so far. 8 shots to Crewe's 1 shot right now. Surely a goal has got to come at some point. As Alexander out wide to Medford Smith. Medford Smith cuts inside. Shoots? Shouldn't shoot. I think he heard the fans in the stadium shouting, shoot! But he's not really known for his finishing, unfortunately. He has scored some bangers, to be fair, but isn't quite known for his finishing. Crewe, though, have the ball on the halfway line out wide and put a ball forward, won in the air by Lennon, though. Great stuff for him as Paul Mullin now can play the ball into Carney, out wide to Medford Smith, who brings it forwards. In the middle. No one in the air to meet it, though, and here comes the Crewe counter-attack, although it's a 3-on-5 situation, but they've got bodies out wide. Ben Knight, oh, if that had gone through to Cashcat there and our defenders, missed it, that would have been so annoying as... Again, one in the middle by Crewe. Dobbin into Scott Cashket. Their first shot on target. Crewe's first shot on target. I know it is. Chris Johns should have done a lot better there, I must say. Should have done a lot better. And that is Crewe's first shot on target. I knew it. I knew it was. 2 shots for Crewe, 12 shots for us, but Crewe are winning this game 1-0 as James Jones finds Aaron Hayden, puts his header over the bar. Okay. It's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to happen. I can feel it. The FMing, I can feel it already. Watch this go in the back of the net now as well for Crewe. Dobbin on the ball quite centrally into Dale. Not far off. And so, as we approach half-time, despite the absolute dominance from us, Crewe are leading. But if we can just score one right now before the half-time whistle... Luckily for us, they haven't scored another one. We're not going to score before half-time, are we? Okay, Crewe are leading 1-0 at half-time. I don't want to look at the XG. I saw the red line sky high on this side of the screen. I don't want to look at it. Oh, no. We've got a whole 45 minutes, though, to get back in this game. Jim McBangled, Harry Lennon into Carney. Carney forward towards Mullin, who can't win it, sadly, for us. Alexander, great challenge there, though, in the attacking third. And Mullin finds Alexander. Come on, that's exactly what we needed. George Alexander, 90 seconds into the second half. Gives us a lifeline in this game. Back to 1-1. It's back to level pegging. Oh no, the camera's gone off. I've just... Look, watch the replay and then I'll get the camera back on. There we go. You love to see it. See, the way I record at the moment is that I record directly on this camera to an SD card, but the camera only goes for half an hour at a time, and after half an hour it stops recording. So, luckily, I've never had an issue with it. You know, I always recognise when it's going to go off. Like, I can see a little timer telling me. Anyway, whilst I was explaining that, we're now at 70 minutes. That's gone very quickly. Not many highlights in the second half. We'll watch this corner first, but tactical changes are incoming because we need a goal. Maybe we don't need to make tactical changes. Maybe we don't need to make tactical changes. Paul Mullen at the far post gets the goal that we need. Okay, I was going to lump on another striker, but we don't need to right now. We don't need to. Crewe 1, Wrexham 2, and this is much more indicative of what the scoreline should be looking at the match stats. We have been dominant here today. And are we about to go to the Championship? Are we about to go to England's second tier? I can't believe how mental and good we've been this season. But let's not talk too soon because we've still got 10 minutes or so to play in this game, plus added time, as I don't want to jinx anything. Right, Carney on the ball, back to Jim McBangled on a yellow card. If he wasn't on a yellow card, I'd be more concerned, if I'm honest with you. But he's playing well today. Mullen can find Medford Smith, who, if we get promoted, will he still have a place in the team? I don't know. This is the thing. He's like good enough to be an average League 2 player according to our coaches, and yet he has been one of our best players this season in League 1. Quite a few players have been like that, to be fair. Theoretically on paper should not be playing at this level, but have played phenomenally well as we've won a penalty. Right. This has to be it. This has to be it. Like, surely, if we score this, it's done. It's finished. It's over. Mullen sends the keeper the wrong way, puts it in the bottom right corner. 36th of the season. He's been solid during this playoff campaign. Absolutely beautiful man. And that's it. Surely, we're on our way to the Championship. Surely, we're on our way. It can't not be now. As the clock ticks down, ladies and gentlemen, Wrexham have had another promotion. A playoff final win here. Crewe 1, Wrexham 3. And we've been promoted. We're going to the Championship. Oh my goodness gracious me. I cannot believe 3 promotions now in successive seasons. This was not meant to happen. This was never part of the plan. You know, promotion season 1, yes, I was expecting that. Maybe a year to build in League 2, but actually it turned out we had a very, very good team for League 2 because of how well Wrexham was spent in real life. Like, they have a League 2 capable team in real life right now, I would say. So that was maybe expected too. But this season, I was expecting a battle. The pre-season preview had us 16th at the start of the season. I think as the season went on, we went up to like 10th, 11th or something like that, but never for promotion. Never for promotion, and yet here we are, promoted. Oliver Street, you've trained really well recently, lad. Congratulations. But Wrexham celebrate final day promotion. I mean, if we hadn't won that game, that would have been poor from us. 9 shots to 22, 54% possession, XG of 3.5. Like, if we hadn't won that game, that would have been mental for us. But we've won the playoffs, promoted to the Championship, and that's going to be difficult. Alexander finally scores after 20 hours without scoring a goal. You hate to see that, but finally got his goal. The board have set the initial budgets of £83,000 a week and £1 million to spend on players. We'll see what we can do with that. The Wrexham faithful are happy. And of course, Crewe manager is very disappointed. Frank Lampard was at the game watching Jim McBangled. Now, this will be interesting because obviously we had a £1 million bid for Jim McBangled at one point. Clearly, they seem to think he's a really good player for the future. Just say potential Championship, but I reckon he could be Premier League if all of these like current Championship teams want him. I mean, Southampton boss Frank Lampard, Premier League. Like, they must have a better idea of how good he's going to be, potentially. They've got better scouts, better coaches. They'll know this sort of thing, right? So for me, we need to try and hold on to Jim for as long as possible, as we've been given £723,000 for just being in League One this season. That's great. So that'll do nice stuff for our finances. I do want to continue for a few days just to get a better picture of the financial landscape, as the FA Cup final between Southampton and Leicester is going on right now. Who's going to win that one? Southampton 3-0. Congratulations to Frank Lampard. Also, 6 losses in the season. Was that it? Only 6 losses this season? I guess so, because we had a stupid amount of draws. 14 draws we had. Only Lincoln City, Plymouth and Oxford had more. That's crazy. And yeah, the fewest number of losses in the league. Obviously, our 5-at-the-back system works very, very well. Just at times, going forward, we weren't great. But with Paul Millen on 33 goals, maybe we did have a very good striker. Once again, Harry Lennon up there, a 7.64 average rating. He won League 2 Player of the Season last year. If Mullen doesn't get League 1 Player of the Season, it's got to be Harry Lennon, surely. Surely he'll get it. And it's literally a League 1 record. And it's literally a League 1 record. By quite some margin as well. This is annoying. I didn't realise this was going to happen. How many games did he play, Liam Shepherd? He played literally 20. Oh, Tom, you're an idiot. Why did I do that? That's really frustrating, Liam Shepherd, because he had to get 20 appearances to get a 1-year extension. Right, well, we'll try and sell him because he's terrible. George Alexander is now upset because he wants a new contract with us. Now, I think I'm happy to give him a new contract. He got 17 goals in League 2, 18 overall, and he got 11 goals in League 1, 16 overall. So, I mean, a more difficult league, but, you know, a similar amount of goals in all competitions, right? His contract expires 2025, so the end of next season, and he has got championship potential. So, yeah, I'll give him a new contract, I think. I'll give him one. That's fair enough. We'll get contract talks underway ASAP. And here we go. The end of season review. This was what I was waiting for. The new arrivals this season, of course, we had a couple of new players joining the team. Not a huge amount because we didn't really think we needed that much. We wanted to try and promote youth, and youth worked pretty well. We barely saw anything of Ben Lloyd thanks to his broken legs. Liam Shepherd obviously was only backup. Carney came in, was actually pretty decent. And Louis Thompson, I think, was a little bit unlucky not to play more games, if I'm honest with you. But Finn Stevens came in to replace Bryce Hosanna when he was injured and did brilliantly. Of course, promotion. 3rd in the table, but promoted via the playoffs. I think we probably did deserve it, if I'm honest with you. Out of everyone, I think we did deserve it. Moments to remember. The biggest win was a 5-0 win against Leyton Orient. The match to remember was a 3-0 win against Northampton. I'll be honest, I'd argue that the 3-1 win against Crewe we just had was a little bit better. Financially, though, has been good. Obviously, double the sponsorship. We've had more broadcasts. We've had more corporate. Down quite a bit in competition prize money. Why is that? Let's see. Did we get loads for winning League 2? Or doing... I don't know how... That's confusing to me. I'm not entirely sure why that's dropped so much. I'm sure there's a reason for it. It must have not done so well in the EFL Trophy or something like that, but I don't know. I can't explain it. And merch up a little bit as well. So, through, you know, pretty decent financially, I must say. Obviously, Team of the Year, you can probably guess what it is anyway, looking at this. It's very, very familiar, although for whatever reason, they've got our back line all messed up a little bit. And then, of course, Fans Player of the Season, Harry Lennon, because he's got the highest average rating. Kofi Balmer, unlucky not to play more games this season, but Oliver Street has been superb, so it makes sense. Mullen, obviously, the goal of the season and top scorer, with James Jones and his 14 assists. You love to see it. I also won, League 1 Manager of the Year, apparently. I've not seen the notification for that. It must be coming up in a minute or so. But I've won League 1 Manager of the Year, which is great. And I won Manager of the Month in September. Brilliant stuff. History in the making. A great season for us overall. So, this is also quite interesting. The season review, we've seen that, right? We've done well across the season. Club Vision, right. Club Vision. They want us to play defensively solid football. Makes sense. Fight bravely against relegation. Makes sense. Yeah. Although it's entertaining defensive football, how does that work? I'll accept it either way because it seems fair enough to me. End of season team meeting, let's just say, let's not get relegated basically. What do I even say? I mean, we've got to try and keep some of these players around. So I'm going to say, with the strengthened squads, let's try and avoid relegation. Oh, they're all hurt by that. Apart from Chris Johns, who loves it, apparently. Okay, I've backed down a little bit. And whatever I said worked, they're all pleased now. So, Harry Lennon goes on to win League One Player of the Year to add to his League Two Player of the Year from the season before. I don't think he'll do that again because I think the goals from corners, although he only got 9 this season in the league, I guess it does suggest he's done a very good job defensively. So we'll take that. Mullen, obviously top scorer, and I won Manager of the Year, as we already know. The board are happy with that, and that's all great. Is there a financial thing coming through in a second? If not, there should be. But, yes, here it is. Tax bill of 300k for making profits of 1.6 million. Okay. Commercial summary. New deal worth £825,000, which is good because that's the same as our sponsorship for this season. So that's obviously going to put our sponsorship hopefully over £1 million total this coming season. So looking at the finances, 7 million in the bank. Where's that bloody come from? Income this month, 6 million. Income this month has been investments from the club. So the board have put some money in. Sponsorship 1 million. Gate receipts mostly from the FA Cup final. Nearly $1 million. Solidarity payments nearly $1 million. Okay, so actually there's quite a lot. But the board investment has been... Is that oh yeah, it does literally say here. Announce an injection of basically £4 million to help with running costs. Okay, but it does say provides a loan. Have we got to pay this back? No. Lovely. New scouting budget of £98,000. That seems a little bit low because, I mean, we'd want, probably in the Championship, we could be looking towards that European thing, but apparently not. We'll leave it for now, although it might be sensible to actually do one. Let's do England for now. England for now will be fine. And the board want to improve our youth level. Yes, please. That would be beautiful if you could do that. It's going to cost a lot of money because that will be youth facilities. But yes, that's a great idea. I look forward to the benefits that will bring to the club. That's going to cost a lot though. Youth level will be increased from Category 3 to Category 2. Should be Is this not going to do anything for our facilities? Who knows? Maybe... I expected facilities to be upgraded here, but maybe not. Okay, well that's that. That's the end of the season. And we got promoted. Join me on Monday. Monday is when we're going to do the transfer special. So that'll be very good fun to start the season off on a Monday as well as we get ready for the Championship, which is absolutely crazy. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you do drop a like on it for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And of course, leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a wonderful evening. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.